Welcome back to Keep On Growing podcast. I'm Mike Vanduzzi, and it's raining today, so I get to talk with y'all, which is fantastic because it let up a little bit, and the last couple of days we got a chance to build our first raised bed. And just want to address that because some of you seemed a little concerned. My last video was "Don't be a hypocrite." And before I go anywhere else, I want to say thank you to everyone. The comments, I read them all. And I really do appreciate all of you. I didn't answer 99% of them because you guys just made me want to cry. All of the support and all the kind words, I'm just humbled by all of it because I'm just a normal guy, just like all of y'all. And you guys out there sharing and helping everybody else is what makes us special. And I'm just one person just conveying a little bit of information. So I did read all his comments, and I'm extremely humbled. But when I said don't be a hypocrite, I was talking about myself, and I said I'm going to be getting into soil gardening. And some people express concern about it. They're like, I'm here for the hydroponics, and I love it, and please don't stop doing that. And we're not going to. We're going to have a little bit of hydroponics. We're going to have a little bit of soil gardening. And the reason is I get a lot of people just like those comments. If you guys watch a video and comment or maybe read some of the comments, I've been doing this for 7 years, and I read all the comments, and I get DMs, and I get emails, and I do this on several different social platforms. There's over 500,000 followers on Facebook. I get a lot of messages, and I get a lot of people. So we do help a lot of people. But at the same time, there's some people who ask for things, and they're just not into hydroponics. And some people ask for things that you can't really do in hydroponics, and they go, well, how can I do it? And I don't have an answer for them. So I want to learn different things. That's part of the keep on growing thing, right? Now, under the umbrella of that we keep on growing. I started this little raised bed, and it got me thinking. We just have sandy soil here. It's Florida. If you haven't been amending it for years, it's just sand. So I went to go get a couple of bags of soil, and I'm putting it in, and we're digging through this black soil, right? Compost and everything. And I just paid for it. And I got thinking back in 2010, so 12, 13 years ago, we had an opportunity, and this is a story for another day, another podcast that take too long to tell, but we lived on a ranch for a little while. We were farm hands, and the immediate spot around us was all sandy soil, but 100 yards out was nothing but forest and pastures, and where cattle had been coming through, and wildlife and turkey and deer and just everything. It was like being in the wild and nothing but nature. And there was some spots that were undisturbed for hundreds of years, and it's been trees growing in forests and leaves falling and cattle walking through it and deer and everything getting compressed and broken up and growing and trampled on and just over and over and over. And there was this thing they called black gold, was just nothing but fertile soil and basically like compressed just compost. Anyhow, most gardeners would kill to have something like that, a resource like that close to them that they could just use. And we had it. But I was a city boy, and I'd never been, out living in the woods before, right? So we had that. I tried to grow with it, and not on small scale, big, we had acres. We're on a 300-acre ranch, so the little spot around us, we had acres that we could do anything. And I failed. And I'll talk about that in another video. But like I tell y'all, don't give up. Keep trying. And keep getting people who like frustrated. They just try something the first time. They're like, I can't do it. Keep at it because there's possibilities. We just have to figure things out. Anyhow, I kept trying at it. It wasn't working. And then I learned about hydroponics and started trying that. NFT, DWC, just different stuff. But I didn't have a whole lot of money to spend. So hydroponics was expensive, so I was looking for cheaper ways. And I found Dr. Cracky's method, which Dr. Cracky has a new video out. You guys need to go check it out. And if you're not subscribed over there, Grow Cracky is his channel. He's the OG of all of this. You guys need to be there. But I found his stuff and started working on that, and it worked. And then the more I did it, the better I got and better I got. And all of a sudden, we're growing all of our own food, and it wasn't with soil. So I was astounded by it. So I started catering to people. I started channels, started sharing stuff, and basically helping other failed gardeners, people who tried stuff, or people who just want to learn hydroponics but didn't have the money to do it, and people who've tried traditional gardening or couldn't do it anymore. So all the stuff that our channel is about, right? It came from that failure. So we can't look back when I'm sitting there digging through this bag of soil that I paid for, and I think back to acres and acres of this stuff free at our disposal. What I could have done, and sometimes you have regrets. You're like, wow, I wish I would have knew then what I know now, right? But if I did, and we had all of that, and we pulled it out and started gardening, and stuff grew as planned, according to plan, like Mother Nature intended, and everything went right, I probably would never have started a YouTube channel. I probably would never have started sharing stuff on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all these other places where we're reaching hundreds of thousands of people. So I look back at that. That was a failure. You have some regrets about it, but all of the stuff that's happened since then, this channel, helping people around the world, getting messages from people from every corner of the world saying thank you. That's because you guys are out there sharing it and showing other people, and all of the stuff. When I used to run a restaurant, most managers don't like to hear a complaint. They're like, oh, customer at table 10 wants to see you. They'd be like, oh no. And I knew some managers who would actually hide. And I'd actually want to hear what they had to say, because back in my early training, they told me that if one customer says something, complains about something, that means 10 more people had the same complaint. They just didn't say anything. And whenever I hear all this stuff about people around the world, thank you, this and that, I'm thinking that for every person too, there's 10 more people that we've helped. That when you take it and you share it with someone and they share it with someone, all of a sudden it's not about Keep On Growing anymore or Mike Van Duzer or anything. All of a sudden they're doing what we're doing and showing, and they're doing it, and they're showing someone else. And that's how stuff spreads like wildfire, and that's how movements start. That's the basic premise behind everything, and the reason why it's working, and the reason why all of these results have happened is because of that initial failure. And I never thought about it that way until I cut open that bag. When I said I'm going to try a raised bed, and I cut open, and I'm playing with the soil. My hands are in the dirt. I haven't been doing that for years, right? And all of a sudden I've got a handful of compost. And I remember that initial failure that I haven't thought about for years. And that all of this stuff, when I wake up and I open up a message that says thank you very much, or you've helped our family, or you've helped our community, and this and that it all came from that initial failure. So we can't look back at things and second guess things, and everything happens for a reason, or we just keep trudging along and we just keep trying to figure out better ways to put good into the world and to help each other. So us doing a little bit of the soil gardening, this is all just coming full circle and getting back to our roots, if you want to call it that. A gardening pun, right? But it's getting back, and it's going to be, are we going to be, we can't feed the world, but maybe we can teach the world how to feed itself with hydroponics? Or is it just going to be, we can teach the world how to feed itself, and by any means possible? So that's how we reach more people. That's how we broaden our reach. That's why we're doing what we're doing. And you guys, I love y'all. I'm not begging anybody to watch anything. If you want to watch the crazy stuff that we do, it's going to be an intermingling hydroponics. It's going to be soil. There might be some hybrid. Lots of people do it. People in my group are fantastic. Lots of people in there do a little bit of both. That's what kind of inspired me. Healing Hobbies. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, you should be watching her channel. She's doing a lot of stuff, but it's not just strictly cracky. Lots of fantastic stuff too. Go check out her channel, Dr. Cracky. Lots of people put them into a box. Cracky hydroponics, we know it's, you put nutrients in. As the nutrient level goes down, you leave a little air gap. That's where air roots grow, right? And if you don't do it that way, people get all excited. That's not cracky method. And, or, Mother Nature didn't expect us to grow in a plastic container. That's, but we're all put in a box. We're all choosing sides. And we've done that since we were born, right? It's schoolmates, stuff that happens in school, sports, politics, religion, the workplace, pineapple and pizza, right? We're always told to make a choice, make a choice, make a choice. And then once we make that choice, they put you in a box. And you've got to go along with all those beliefs, or they want to kick you out of that box, right? You don't belong here. And we're all trying to belong, and I don't think that growing your own food and being self-sufficient and providing for your family should come into that thing where you have to pick a side that something's right or that something's wrong. That why can't we be out there like maybe they're both right? Maybe what's wrong with both? Instead of this or that, it's this and that. So I think that there's a happy spot in between where we can learn a little bit about hydroponics, keep experimenting, keep looking towards the future, trying to figure out different ways. And I want to get back to soil. You can't forget our roots, where we came from, and what gardening really is. And there's lots of lessons that can be learned along the way. So I want to look back at history and like the Terra Preta, and I've been talking about like the pioneers and what they go through, and us like whining about having a little failure, but they're out there and they plant stuff that they had to survive on, and all of a sudden there's locusts, and all of a sudden there's a hailstorm, right? And we're kind of going through locust and hailstorm right now, and it makes me think about all of that. So I want to incorporate everything, see what we can do, help as many people as we can. Don't turn away people just because they don't like plastic or they don't like artificial nutrients. We're going to learn a little bit of both, and we're going to incorporate everything. If you guys want to go to another channel, watch it, go watch it. I want you to learn. I want you to grow your own food. It doesn't matter if you're here or there or wherever, as long as you learn how to grow your own food. We're going to do what we're going to do regardless. So if you guys want to watch, we'll be happy to have you here, but I'm not twisting anybody's arms. I want everybody to love each other, share what they learn with other people. Get out there, live to inspire, keep on growing, be the change. We'll catch you next time. Here comes the rain again.